Hi everyone, my name is Christina and I'm doing my dark side presentation on Bitcoin. So I had no type of knowledge of Bitcoin whatsoever, so I had to do a lot of research on it to really understand what it was. Here is a little introduction on Bitcoin just in case you didn't know what it was either. So Bitcoin started back in 2009 and it was created by an unknown alias who goes by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. And it's pretty much a form of currency known as cryptocurrency. If you don't know what cryptocurrency is, it's electronic money made with technology. And it was made to have the same traits as cold hard cash. Bitcoin was invented as a peer-to-peer system for online payments that don't require a central authority, so things like PayPal, banks, and the governments who control the banks. Bitcoins are stored in a digital wallet, which exists on the person's cloud or on their computer. People can transfer or receive Bitcoins to pay for things or to save their money through this type of virtual bank account. Now, why is Bitcoin known as a problem pertaining to the internet? These are just some instances of how Bitcoin has been detrimental to people on the internet and why there is a dark side to it. In mid-May of last year, people were being bullied into giving away thousands of dollars to criminals in a cyber attack called WannaCry. Civilians were attacked by a malware program that locked them out of their computers, and in order for their computers to be unlocked, people had to send the attackers money through Bitcoin. This incident raised the question, is Bitcoin too easy for criminals to use to exploit people of their money? Since Bitcoin transactions are private, people can buy, sell, or manipulate money from innocent people without it tracing back to them. This is why for people who buy drugs and illicit activities online, this has become their choice of currency. Just last October, the Fed shut down and collected 144,336 Bitcoins, which is valued at over $48 million, from an online drug market called Silk Road. As long as you paid in Bitcoin, you can buy drugs, porn, or fake driver's license easily. Bitcoin is often used as an anonymous way to carry out large cross-border money transfers, so it has been associated with a lot of drug dealing and money laundering. Bitcoin users are also vulnerable to theft, scams, and frauds because of how its structure shows lack of regulation. Fraud prevention is nearly impossible because there is no way to retrieve Bitcoin that has been stolen or conned, and it has no way to revert the transaction. This leads to more sad stories about civilians being scammed. There was a Maryland man by the name of Jerome Harrells who lost $4,400 when he tried to buy a car from an online advertisement. The scammer told the buyer to send the money only using Bitcoin ATM. Once the man realized that this was a scam, the Bitcoin were lost and there was no way to cancel the transaction. If you're wondering how this story ended, here's the good news. Luckily, this Maryland man was able to get his money back from the owner of BitExpress, the owner of ATM. The owner refunded his money and put software in place to freeze first-time user transactions in case of instances like these. Now, I want to talk about how you can spot a Bitcoin scam and different types there are. For malware downloads, Bitcoin is used as bait to get you to download a software that will end up messing up your computer. This one uses the promise of Bitcoin to lure users into following a URL that has them accidentally download a malware app. Fake Bitcoin surveys are also used to distribute malware, so be careful when entering any social media URL that is either shortened or not secured with an HTTPS connection. For Bitcoin phishing impersonators, they impersonate the Bitcoin brand on social media to get online users to gain their trust and credibility. A phishing website offers a search service enticing users to enter in their private Bitcoin key to see if it exists in their database. Once the key is entered, the private key will be phished, allowing the scammer to spend directly from the owner's wallet. Bitcoin flipping scams is when an offer to instantly exchange Bitcoins for money after paying an initial startup fee or a promise to double your initial investment overnight. The other end of the bargain is never held up, and Bitcoins are stolen right off the bat. Scammers are successful because they broadcast their scam to thousands of unsuspecting targets through social media. For Bitcoin pyramid schemes, also known as Ponzi schemes, it's harder to recognize if these are scams or not. In these gray schemes, a low initial investment can be multiplied by signing up additional members using referral links. Before you know it, hundreds of people have joined the scheme, and later on the original scammer walks away and the pyramid collapses. So how can you prevent all these Bitcoin malfunctions from happening to you? Bitcoin thrives on the gullibility of its victims, so here are some tips that are hopefully helpful. Number 1, don't trust anyone claiming they will give you or help you mine Bitcoin. Mischievous behavior related to Bitcoin is most common on social media and digital channels. 2, avoid URLs that are associated with social media profiles, advertising too good to be true Bitcoin offers. 3, be careful when conversing with social media accounts of legitimate Bitcoin brokers, since they are usually victims of convincing impersonators. 4, when it comes to financial transactions, just avoid using Bitcoin overall. It is safer to go through banks, Venmo, or PayPal. If you have already been scammed by Bitcoin, report it to the FBI, but there is very little chance you will see your Bitcoins again. This is my presentation. I hope you guys got some information out of it. Thank you.